Now that the Coalition Invasion arc is over, let's talk about the best moments. I know that it's been a while since the arc did end, and I wanted to make this video right after, but every time I wanted to make this video, I did watch those scenes. And every time I was losing myself in the greatness of those scenes so much that I was losing interest in making the video, and just wanted to keep rewatching those scenes. But finally, after a lot of failed tries, I did manage somehow to make this video. These are my best moments of the arc. Do you agree with this list? If not, let me know in the comments what other scenes you thought was epic. Here's my list. Let's start with the first one. I did watch this scene a lot, and it never gets old, and I will continue to watch it in the future. The reason why this scene is so epic is because of the setup that was done since the beginning of the story. If you look at the big picture, up to this point these kingdoms were fighting one-on-one, and the battles were even. Qin did win battles, but barely. In those battles you can see that Qin did not have the advantage in any way, shape or form. But it was the characters who won those wars by making the right decisions. That's great, but at the same time you are relying on the enemy not to make good decisions, so you can never be sure. And that's why those battles were so interesting and engaging, because it can go either way. There is nothing certain. So when I saw that one army has entered Qin, that was a shock, because the element of surprise is very important in war. Using the element of surprise, a small army can win against a big army, even against a more advanced and more experienced army. But when I saw the second army, my reaction was the same as the people in the court. At that time I was thinking, this is over. They have no chance fighting an open field battle since they were barely winning in one-on-one. Now they are up against two armies. The best they can do is hide in the mountains and do guerrilla war, since they cannot take them on. But to my shocking surprise, another army is discovered to enter Qin. And then another, and another. 5 in total. If there was even the smallest chance of hope of them winning, it disappeared. And that's what happened. They lost. 5 armies were too much. They could not do anything. They lost every place that was being attacked by the enemy, and there were a lot of deaths. Their only option left was to defend the capital, since the rest of the kingdom was gone. And the reason why this was possible was due to geography. The capital is surrounded by mountains, it has a natural defense. The number of soldiers is not that important when a battle is taking place in a small area. And also, since they are defending a wall, the numbers mean even less. Since you cannot use them the way you want, you are fighting at a disadvantage. But since the enemy has more numbers, they can afford to lose soldiers while the defending side cannot. For example, even if on the first day, for every lost soldier of Qin, the enemy lost 3 soldiers, this is really bad for Qin, because they cannot afford their lines to be thinned out. So things were really bad. I was feeling the tension, and this immense, almost impossible challenge in front of them. And then the writer thought, just in case someone does not think that things are not bad enough, we get to see things from the enemy's perspective. No. They were not worried about the war, because what's to worry about? They took over all the territories of Qin that came across, with ease, and now they have trapped the enemy in one position. The only thing that was left is the final move, to finish Qin. They were so confident that this was a done deal, that they were more worried about how this battle will go down in history. There are a couple of scenes where that is showcased, right before the start of the war. In this scene where a soldier talks about the options to attack, Ordo says we need to wait because we are not the ones who should start the war. Politics, my boy, politics. And Shun Shin-kun apologizes to Riboku for the theatrics that are about to unfold. And Kanbei and Rinbokun start doing their thing. From the viewer's perspective, I really liked how Rinbokun was hyping his army for attack. That was epic. It has an extra effect since the enemy is trapped, and is a lot less in numbers. They cannot maneuver or try different things, because just one small wrong move can cost them the war. The sound effects and soundtrack are so epic. I really like the roars from the soldiers, and mixed with this epic soundtrack, the result is amazing. You can feel the intensity, it gets me so hyped. And it has the same effect even after I have watched this scene so many times. Imagine if you are a Chin soldier and you are seeing the sea of soldiers and hearing that roar. That must be terrifying, especially where there is nowhere to go. They cannot retreat nor go forward. And amidst that, you hear the mad lad screaming and charging downhill. For me, this is one of the best scenes I've ever seen in a story. In that scene, the hunters became hunted. The way the scene is directed is amazing. The manga did an incredible job. The angles and the points of view that he used are so clever and make this event even more epic. I am so impressed. When the mad lad and his army did charge and then Shin and his army, it seems like rockets are being launched, one after the other. Fast, loud, powerful madness. Imagine how uplifting that was for Chin's soldiers. It diminishes the enemy in their eyes, and the danger of this situation. After seeing how the mad lad is charging, like this is just another Tuesday. And for the enemy's side, how confusing this is, which might lead to insecurity and fear. Why are they charging us? Aren't we supposed to do the charging and they just defend in fear and hope for a miracle? Why is the prey attacking us? Unless... My favorite panel in this event is this panel where it shows the battle from the above perspective. Here you can see the situation better. Just in case someone did not get how insane this is, you can see the difference in numbers and how dangerous it is to charge an outnumbering enemy, because you can get encircled very easily. If in this panel the numbers would be more or less the same, or the charge took out a lot of the enemy soldiers, then the importance of this charge would be a lot less, since this would mean that they charged because they thought they are better, or will even the numbers and stuff like that. But no, that charge not cause that much damage as you can see on this panel. And that's why it is so epic, because it is based on madness and nothing else. Well, everyone knows that the element of surprise in war is very important, and the mad lad is creating surprises with his madness. Anyway, this is it for this video. For the other epic scenes I will talk about in other videos. Making these videos takes a lot of time. I hope I will be able to make them as soon as possible. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.